Pathmonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 90% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences such as case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmonk to website in seconds, let the artificial intelligence do all the work, get access to 50% more qualified leads so you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us out on pathmonk.com. On today's episode of Pathmonk Presents, I've got a very special guest with me joining today. Please welcome Maria. She is the European marketing lead for EPI-USE Labs. So for all of you who don't know, they are a global software solutions company. They help their clients maximize performance of their SAP systems so that they can be able to make faster, more accurate business decisions. One of their main solutions is services are simple and spread up to speed up their data management, giving their clients the tools to navigate small and large business challenges successfully. Maria, thank you so much for joining us today. It's an honor to have you on our show.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So for all of our listeners out there, tell us, what does your company do overall? Who are your clients? What are the problems you solve for your clients? And how do they typically find you?
Yeah. So EPI-USE Labs, as you said correctly, it's a software company, but we also do provide services to SAP clients. So what we do is we help them manage their data landscape, secure their data, and all those transactional operations that you need to do within your business with your data. So it's a lot of technical help. We help them to do migrations. We help them on the HR side. Really, all the aspects of your SAP system, we always try to support our clients with that.
Wow, that's awesome. So as for your clients, I know you mentioned SAP clients. So yeah. Do they come from all types of industries, or does your company tend to focus on specific sectors overall?
Yeah, no, we cover all industries within SAP clients. So it can be telecommunication, retail, health, insurances, all sorts really. As long as you have SAP, we can help you.
That's awesome. I love that. So for your clients then, how do they typically find you? What would you say is your top client acquisition channel? Are we talking, more digital marketing, inbound, SEO sales content, or is it a mix of a lot of things currently?
Yes, definitely. It's a mixture of a lot of techniques. We started with marketing. We started with a lot of outbound. We would go to a lot of conferences and events. And then we introduced inbound marketing, and we were really powering our digital side of our strategy, the digital side of our strategy. So then we started doing more webinars. We're really trying to develop our social media strategy, focusing a lot on our website and our content, our digital content for people to be able to consume it. So I would say it's definitely a mixture. I don't think nowadays marketing professionals can just abandon one or the other. You have to be able to conciliate both strategies, really. So both digital and in person are really important nowadays.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially with, making sure that you're reaching your goals on each of them and that they're, complementing one another as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about the website. So what would you say are the major strengths of your company's website? And then where are there opportunities for room for improvement as well?
Yeah. Well, I'd say the biggest strength of our website is the content, that we have really good content. We always try to add value to whatever we write and put on our website. We want people to be able to understand what we do. We want them as well to be able to see that we know what we're talking about and that we are industry experts. So we try in the way that we write and we add content to our website to always keep in mind to add value. And that's been our strategy for quite a while. The other side of the coin, let's say, when you're trying to generate so much content, is that it can be sometimes a little bit difficult to navigate the website. in an efficient way. So I would say that is probably our the area where we could improve. It's probably making the website a little bit more easier to navigate, because we have a lot of good content, but sometimes it can be difficult to find it.
Yeah, no, understandable. Your guys' website is great, especially with, the way, as you were saying, the content is one of the big things I first noticed, where I'm able to see what you guys are doing. It's very to the point, very concise, and overall, I know what I'm looking for. So definitely. All right. So now we're going to switch gears here, and we're going to talk about you as a leader. So with being the European marketing lead for your company, what does an average day look like for you? What do you do overall? And give us some.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's certainly not a boring role. And probably that's why I enjoy it so much, because every day looks different. Our marketing team, our European marketing team, is not a very big team, so we get to do a lot of different things within the marketing profession. Like, marketing is one of those things that it has a big umbrella of tasks to cover. It's not like you just are doing one task, same task day in and day out, mostly when it's a small team. So I get to do social media marketing, I get to do mail shots, content writing, events, all sorts. So every day looks different, but it just surely keeps it really, really entertaining. And you need to be very good at multitasking, that's for sure. But yeah, I would just open my laptop and see what it's the need of the day. Sorry, just 1 second. Yes, you just got. Sorry.
Oh no, no worries. You're good.
What? There you go. Sorry.
I know. You're
The joys of working from home.
Yes, I know what you mean. You're good. All right, perfect. So thanks for giving us a rundown as for what you do on a daily basis. And I do agree with you. Within a role like yours, there's a lot that needs to be done, especially with having a small team. But I think it's really great where, you get to work on something different every day. You're learning something new every day. You're compounding on your knowledge daily. And, it's something to look, it's something that a lot of people don't really have. So I think it's great overall that you get to, dip your toes into different tasks every day. So
absolutely. No, I completely agree.
Definitely. All right. So we're coming close to the end of our interview, and I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. If there were no boundaries in technology, what would be the one thing that you would want to have fixed in your role today?
Good question. No boundaries in technology.
Yes.
I probably want some really clever AI to help me plan my day, like to scan my emails and my tasks and just to plonk it into my calendar the most efficient way possible. So something that helps me time management and reminds me of my daily tasks and things, deadlines and all of that. I would really, really like a tiny little assistant manager or something like that.
Right. I would love that. Honestly, that's something that I would use too. Like something that will help me, time block and give me an estimate. Okay, it should take you this long to do this. And then, switch on to this task where it's like, it helps you keep with your momentum to where you don't feel like you have to come to a hard stop and then try to start something new.
Yes, absolutely. And when you have so many tasks, it's easy that something falls, down the cracks and you forget about that success story that you needed approval or something like that. So if you have someone that can stay on top of that for you and just remind you, then I think that would be really awesome.
Yeah, it would be really awesome. Now, if there was one piece of advice that you could give yourself, if you could go back to the first day at this company, what would you tell yourself?
I would definitely tell myself to keep learning. I think both working in marketing and in the IT industry, there is constant renovation, transformation. There are constant updates. both with the tools that you use and with the tools that you're trying to sell. So for a marketer, it's really important that you know what you're talking about and that you know your products and services in order to be able to sell them. And as well, from a professional marketeer side of you, it's important that you know what tools you can use for that. So the trends keep changing and it's really hard to keep on top of it. Like, one day webinars are the last hot thing that you can do to position your offer. And then 1 year later, there are podcasts. And then 1 year later, who knows what's going to be. So it's really important to keep up with the education that is out there and to keep on learning, really, because it doesn't matter how many years of experience you can have in a field. The transformation and the changes are so fast that if you don't keep learning, I guess you're just going to fall behind.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. And it's so important too, to where you, as you were elaborating, making the time to learn, especially with, with the industry that you working with, IT and marketing, they go hand in hand. And with IT, it can get very, very technical as well. And figuring out how do we position ourselves in that market. And then not only that, but when it comes down to content as well, with breaking down the content to where people in other industries can be able to understand without getting very as well. So yeah, I agree with you, where at the end of the day, it's so important to always continuously be learning. And then I would also say, leaning it onto your team as well. And how can, you not only compound on what you know, but help them as well compound on their own knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. I find it really beneficial to have new team members because they definitely bring in a fresh of new of air. It's like they either, if they're really junior, they have like this enthusiasm for the work and for the role that sometimes is really good to have. And then if they're senior and they've been working in other companies, they can definitely bring in ideas that they've learned in their experience. So it's really important to keep getting new people as well to learn from them, no matter the seniority level. I feel like there is always ways to learn from each other. So yeah, it's definitely.
Absolutely. So now we're at the end of our interview, and I want to thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. But I also want to give you the last word. If anyone were to forget about everything we've talked about today, what is the one thing you want them to remember about your company overall?
I think I would like to remember that besides the technology, that it obviously clearly is extremely important, I guess we always like to say that we are a fun bunch of people to work with, and we really care about our clients and about the people that we're working with. So I guess that's what I would encourage people to remember. Like at EPI-USE Labs, sure, it's all about innovation and product and technology, but definitely it's also really important to say that there are some really good people behind all that software, and yeah, on the other side of the screen.
No, absolutely. I love that. And you guys are a really great team. Even through the website, I can see you guys are key players in your industry and really capitalize on having those authentic and transparent relationships with your clients and making sure that, they are lifelong friendships after you help them complete their goals. So it's really great what you guys do.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think sometimes in marketing, we have all these terms, B2B, B2C, but in the end of the day, it's people selling to other people. So it's really important to have that personal relationships, and yeah, it comes down to making those connections with clients and prospects.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you again so much for joining us. It was a pleasure.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course, definitely. Now, for all of our listeners out there, check us out next week on Pathmonk